let's get this thing unboxed and see what we got. So here's your S8 Gen 2 manual, which is actually decently thick. Actually very decently thick. Which I'll probably have to be going through when I get to the truck part. And then you have the warranty online support. Oh, some assembly stuff for the screen. Another panel operations guide and telling you what's apparently in the box. This is cool because you actually have I'm going to call it the fingerprint screen protector, which I'll probably use this time. Now, before I go to the main piece, let's find out what's in this box. Okay, let's see the goodies in here. Whoa. Okay, there's a lot of stuff in here, not going to lie. So you have a USB to a connection, I guess, to the back of the stereo. Another one here. So I'm guessing you'll be able to put some remote USBs in the vehicle. That's actually going to be cool. That could be possibly storage, possibly be for your phone, could possibly be for anything. And then we have this bigger one here with the lead outs. So I'm going to guess it's a 1/8 jack by the look of it. And these are probably your speakers. Yeah, rear, left, right. Yeah, so this is your speakers right here. This is an antenna. That's pretty cool. It looks like it's either sticky or magnetic. And it's got a nice braided see-through cable. It's really nice. Oh, this is actually your SIM slot, which is really sweet. So, for example, it shows to go this way. There we go. So you drop your SIM in right here. Okay? And what's nice about this is I thought it was going to be built into the radio where it was going to be more difficult. Because I have a only data SIM for my vehicle in a tablet, which I was going to transfer to this. Now it looks like I can actually, if I want to, transfer back and forth. But it also means that I can take it out later, put it back, and if I get a different one for this, I can just easily change it. So that's what this is here. That's your SIM. This plugs into the back of the unit. And you have some RCA inputs here. So you can hook up, and another headphone jack here as well. So audio in. This looks like it might be some sort of amplifier switch wire. So if I ever put an amplifier in, you would need this. It's a remote switch. Now, I used to do a lot of car installs for this stuff a long time ago. Not for this stuff, but for CD players and tape decks and all that stuff way back. And the world Radio Shack still existed. Oh, there's a microphone here. That's pretty cool. So I guess you can clip a microphone. And it's got... okay, so microphone. So I guess that's... so that you can hear it, or I mean, it can hear you. Now, that's really neat. I'm hoping most of my stuff will be done through the phone. But if you're going to do it with a data connection and you don't need the phone, I can see that being really useful. Alright, what do we got here? This is a video rear, for the rear camera. Here we have a navigation antenna. Another really cool thing. Nice. Mounting hardware. I was wondering if it was going to have some sort of extension for the mounting hardware. There it is. You guys hear my voice a little different? It's actually because I'm getting over being very sick, actually. It's been a little while. So here we have output and output. So these are RCA outputs. What would they be? Line out converter? Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's take a look at what's left in the box. Okay, so here we have the beautiful screen. Really nice. And it's nice and big. And what I like about this is, you see here, it's got a finished back because this may overhang and make your stereo look bigger, which is really cool. Wow. So of course we're greeted with a mic. So I'm guessing it has a mic already built in. Maybe that's just if you need, or it's not as good as you hoped it would be. You have a reset right here, your power and mute. So, sorry, yeah, power, mute, and volume down and volume up. Not sure if that's a button. You have your home and back and forward. So, because I mean, this is running on Android as well. So, I mean, nothing major to look at on that. Now, remember I talked about hopefully it had brackets to extend this short piece. Well, it does. And now we take a look at the back. So I'm guessing that big black clip will go in here. That makes sense. You have your 2 antenna connections right here, your car antenna connection here, so navigation and radio. And then you have all those little extra connectors right here. Now, I notice in this kit, as far as I understand, there is no camera. So, in a sense, I would feel, well, I know it goes here, but it almost feels like it should be back at the rear. But that's a different story. And I'm sure we have I want to make sure we have no camera. So, no camera in this kit. Okay, so on the back, it's very simple. Like I say, your antennas, your connections that you're going to use based on what's going where, based on the manuals. And yes, I will refer to the manuals on this one. And of course, this huge heatsink, which is really nice. Really nice. And now I know why I think they've given you these USBs, because why would you even try to get into this after it is installed? Makes sense, right? So you hide one of these maybe by the driver or in the center console, and another one, let's say, in the glove box, whatever you wish to do. And away you go. Another thing I want to point out before we go out and start to install this is that you still need, one, the stuff you need for your particular vehicle. In other words, computer or bypass or anything needed like that. 2, you still want to have your trim mount for the vehicle in question. And also, this is a complete standalone. This is not just an Android Auto screen. This is Android Auto. Okay, so when we think about that, we look at the other unit. That's Android Auto based off using your phone. This can do everything all on its own. Okay, guys, let's take this outside. Okay guys, welcome back. We now have the screen installed. I'm not going to show you the rest of the truck right now because it is a mess. And I don't even have this stuff mounted yet. Okay, so all this is still just kind of laid in place, shall we say. But here we go. You've seen it boot up with a nice Google screen and so on. But this is the interface. This is your home page. This is what you get when you start it up. And of course, if you click here, you have different amounts of apps that you can go through. And one thing I have to say, one is how smooth and how quick it is, because I'm very impressed with that. Right down to little cool features like steering wheel setup. So if you have your steering wheel controls put in, or the module for your computer, which I still have to order one. I have the computer in, but I realized that the hookups on it weren't going to be compatible without the adapter. But you can train everything, so you would select the button here and press and hold that same button on your steering wheel and it would save in, which I think is an amazing feature I've never seen before. Now back at the home screen too, of course we have a gallery or whatever, the kind of things that you would normally see on an Android device. We're not going to talk about that because of the simple reason that we're looking at the car aspect of this whole thing. And I believe there's 2 screens here as well. So they're quick links. So for example, if I want to go to YouTube, I go to YouTube. I want to hit play on something. And away we go. Oh, we're good.
Hope you had a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Look how big and nice, beautiful, like, hope you didn't disappoint your family too much this year. Now, as we always do, don't we, huh? First, I want to start off this video with some very exciting news. I mean, this is the most exciting news I've ever had here on this channel. Alright,
so, I find the audio on this so impressive, so vibrant, and so twice the amplification using the factory car amplifier. I want to keep that in mind. So I was having some trouble with that, and I'll explain. It wasn't the unit. One of the things that you can do, of course, you have your equalizer. Now here's what's cool about this equalizer, okay? So right now we are on different settings. So you want to go bass boost. Well, you can go in here and of course adjust your bass. I have it on off right now because the bass is absolutely insane the way I have it done. So you can
go here, and you will see that this is the front left right, and then you have your rear left right. So you can actually control how the front differs from the back. So let's say you want a lot more bass in the back, you adjust some of the bass, or the whatever you want to call it, the lows, out of the front, and away you go. Also, you have a crossover which you can adjust. These are all really cool features in this little unit. A little unit, I think it's a big unit for awesomeness. And then also in your equalizer, you have your sound field. So you can adjust where you want your sound like any other vehicle, but look how much more play you have. And wherever you want it to be. So I could say rear all, driver, co-pilot, preset features, and just hit all for center. So that to me is absolutely amazing. You have a microphone right here, just in case. There is a mic that comes with it. I don't know if I'm really going to need that, but in the future I will update if there is anything to update on with that. You have time correction, whatever. Anyway, and you have your bass boost, which I showed you earlier. So that is the equalizer. You've already seen the steering wheel setup, DVR cam. Well, USB driving video recorder for Android. That's actually really cool. Now, I don't have the rear camera set up yet, and that is due to a pile of problems I had with my vehicle, not with the unit. My vehicle is like dead in the driveway right now. I blew the strut, and the strut went into my tire, and I mean, it's an older vehicle. This is not my daily. Well, I guess it is my daily for the family, but I have my car, which is my toy. Now, with that said, you have, again, the basic features you would have. You have your auxiliary. If you plug an auxiliary in, right now it's looking for it. No video signal, of course, because I didn't plug anything in. Now, as I mount and do a whole bunch of other things, I might do an update on this video too. Right now, I need to get this done because, oh my God, these guys sent this out months ago. And it's been months of problems with the vehicle stopping me. Like, for example, I did not have my speakers because the Android on this, or Android Auto, is actually really good. So, for example, let's say we want to go to some music. We're going to go Bluetooth music. Not provided. I don't think it's connected right now. So now we're going to go to phone. There you go. And
this is a throwdown.
Unbelievable.
Hell no, I can't slow down. It's going to go.
Watch the bass.
On the mix. Okay, party people
with bass turned off, just using the equalizer. Now, you guys might also be wondering, well, how is he able to go to YouTube and go online and do all this stuff? Well, the simple answer is
good afternoon, YouTube. See? I know you guys probably hate math, but we're going to do...
The simple thing is, this has 4G right here. I don't know if you can see it, but 4G, and I picked up a data SIM. So, I don't know if you know, but you can go to your local provider here. For example, mine was Rogers, or be AT&T maybe for you nice Americans out there. And what it does, it goes into a little dongle that is in the vehicle. I don't know if this is right here. I actually have it out still. And see, 4G SIM, that data chip is in here, and it shares the data of my data plan, which is unlimited. So now I have unlimited internet no matter where I go. I can actually turn this into a hotspot so my whole entire vehicle has internet, and the children are all happy on their tablets and their phones. So it does so much more than you could ever dream of. Now, when we go into settings, there's quite a few things here. One, your wireless LAN, you can see it's red, it's not on. Data usage, SIM info. So it gives you more and more of everything, that kind of like a phone, right? At this point, it's kind of like a phone. System, so accessibility, blah blah blah, about device, tells you everything about your unit. And I don't know if you're noticing how sweet and smooth that is. Now, if you're annoyed by this beep, you can turn that off. Just want you to know. And another thing that I think you can do, which I'm going to look into down the road, is change the boot up logo. How cool would it be to see the Last Game Hunter logo coming up on your vehicle's screen instead of Google? That's something I'm going to play around with, of course. General, so here's where you so mirror display or of rear camera, so you can actually, you know, if you need it mirrored or whatever because it's not right. Disable video playback while in motion. Auto start switch. There's so many features here. Display OSD time. Display front view. So if you have multicam, which this supports, you can actually put a camera in the rear, camera in the front, and basically end up with a 360-degree top down and rear. And when I get the camera in, that's a good revisit, because that's when I'll go back to this and we'll talk about all that and any neat little things I did in the future me. So along here, there's everything you could ever think of, like touch gesture switch, default medium volume on every start. You can see I have these things off. Current volume rate is at 18, so think about that. That audio was just at 18. Audio mix for Navi and media, of course that's on because you want it to talk to you while you're in navigation mode and while you're listening to your music. So auto mute while reversing, I got that off. Mix ratio, media volume, so that's your let's say the volume of your navigation coming on whenever it's talking. Stereo setup wheel and so on. So a lot of this stuff is already on a quick link for you, but it is also a thing to, oh yeah, and look at this, steering wheel position left, because here in Canada and US it's left, but if you're in another country you switch it to right. That's actually really cool. I didn't even notice that up until now, to be honest. Device. And you got your Bluetooth, your sound, your locations. Also, there's something in here that is very important, and I did not know about it. There's an amplifier on and off button. Now, weirdly, when I turned it on, I had my speakers working. Then my speakers decided we're not going to work anymore. And again, this is the truck. This was happening with my factory head unit. I was kind of hoping this was going to solve it. But I turned the amplifier off, and I have all my audio again. So it's like this is actually doing something to my car, saying we're going to make you work one way or another, and it's going to happen, right? Loudness is on, touch sound. Now if you don't want the sound, do this, and guess what? No more sound. So now we go back. See, when I talked about no more sound, now you don't have that doot 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 every time you do it, so that's good. Storage, you can click your storage here, and I believe it'll tell you everything that's going on. So it's got a 32 gig, and there's 10 gigs used for the operating system and all the apps installed. I believe that can be upgraded as well, and of course your music and all that kind of stuff will just go through your phone anyway. So I don't see the point in actually doing all that, because, well, one, if I'm gonna have games on here, it better be while I'm not driving. But if I wanted to put games on here, let's see what's going on there with, okay, no apps, then I could put a wireless gamepad, Microsoft or whatever, and play games while I'm parked and bored and so on. It's got so much multi-role capabilities, it's insane. And I gotta say, like, I'm in love with this thing. I've been playing with it for a while, and unfortunately, because of the speaker issue, it was too whiny and I didn't want to bother doing it yet. And now I can do everything because, and it's nice to have that beep off actually. Now I can do everything because, oh, radio, is it picking up stuff? Oh, I may not have the radio plugged in. Look at that, guys. There's your radio thing. It's pretty cool looking. It's a very nicely done display. Very nicely done. Anyway, let's pause that because I'm not picking it. I don't have the antenna plugged in yet. I'll get all the fine stuff done as I clip everything back together. I had a couple more repairs I did, like my air conditioning readout screen and everything down below here. My old one right here wasn't displaying picture anymore, and the odd time it would and the odd time it wouldn't. Now I have all that fixed. So it was just one of those things where my truck had a bunch of little problems, and we finally got them solved. So that's pretty cool. And again, like your quick access telephone, and you can dial just like anything else. Again, because I have the SIM, pretty awesome. I can search here, for example, for whatever I want, and you know, boom, and away we go. And it's just, everything about it so far is extremely smooth. I don't know what this is. Carbit Link. Oh, registration, blah 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 blah. Okay, not sure what that is, but it's definitely an app, and they felt it should be included. So now we're gonna hit here. I want to see what okay, that's the radio. What is this? No files. So this is your internal. So if you had files on here, you can play your music or video or whatever through here. This is default navigation app is set. Tap to set it. Okay, so that's just another navigation thing. So again, so we have Bluetooth music right here. I can hit really nice, and look how smooth. Like,
hello? Hello? Hello?
it is. And by the way, both those rappers were Canadian. So anyway, not that I just listen to Canadian rappers, that's for sure. So that is the second stage. So this is your home screen, and this is what comes up. And if you do this, oops, and if you do this, you get your other. So same thing if I had to go here to go to that stuff. And of course there's a lot more here than there was. So you got your messaging, FCAM, CarLink 2.0. I want to see what that does. Connecting. So that's what we've seen coming up in the beginning. I want to see if this brings it to just Android Auto. Okay, my phone did something, it did something, and there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Your pure Android Auto. So CarLink is your pure Android Auto. And this is what you see in pretty much every vehicle. In case you wanted to know, anybody listening, is by classified. All you Americans out there, start listening to this guy. He's pretty talented, from the East Coast. So I'm pretty impressed with this guy. So here you have your basic stuff that you would normally have. You would see your Spotify, right? You would see your phone call. Here you have your calendar, which is actually a new thing that has been, I think it was the latest update. So now you're also seeing like kind of a really cool view of all the houses and stuff going on there. But anyway, it's what I really enjoy about it is the fact that it is smooth, it is very friendly. The sound coming out of it is absolutely insane. I am so amazed by it. Amazed. Guys, I don't know what else to say other than if there's anything I missed or anything that you guys really want to know about it, please comment below and I will go through anything you need to go through with you. I mean, if you're jumping out to buy a device like this, they're not 100% cheap. They're not overly priced either. They're absolutely in an amazing spot for pricing. And I will leave a link down below if you're looking for one of these. I can leave an Amazon World link. And it's an affiliate link, of course, so I will get commission, but you don't pay any extra. But anyway, guys, what do you guys think? What are you using one? I want to call it Atoto. Atoto. I think it's Auto. Atoto. A-T-O-T-O. Auto. Which makes sense. Where is it going? In my auto. So anyway, guys, I hope this helps you out. I hope this really sets the thing for you to know what's going on. The 4G built in is absolutely amazing. It works great. There is actually a 4G antenna, which I gotta hide, but that's actually a bonus because it's like a navigation device, and it gives you, you know, your better reception. I mean, that is a heavy antenna cable. It's really nice. It's all copper braid. It's what you'd expect from something very high end. I'm going to be honest with you, I've played around with a bunch of brands like, you know, Sony, JVC, whatever, and nothing has compared to this. This is where a company goes full featured, whereas the other guys just focus on some key things to make you smile. This will do everything. You can game on it, watch movies on it, not while you're driving. Guys, game over.
Can you hear me?